Hey Genshin friends, it's finally time for the 3.3 livestream. This was my reaction recorded live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/transcendence. So basically what happened was I had a loading error on Twitch and the 3.3 trailer was cut off. So instead I waited for the trailer to come out and then re-spliced it back in. Anyways Genshin friends, I hope you enjoy this.
A friendly word of advice. Test of Courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories. So please, be sure to exercise caution.
Ah! How was that? Were you scared?
Oh my god.
So, is there really a ghost around here? Why does Paimon have a feeling that it's staring right at us?
This must be the event quest though.
Talking to me.
Oh my goodness. It's the lady in the red kimono. Red black kimono. Dottore!
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
Jester.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Oh man.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore. Dottore! In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Wait, it's dubstep though.
Fury.
You dare to gaze upon me?
Faruzan.
Dare to mess with me? Too late for regret. Have fun with this gift.
Scaramouche, the mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
Okay, all senses cleared, all existent void. This is actually really nice though. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We are filming for YouTube right now, so.
Arataki Itto.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now,
Wow.
others have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some upcoming content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
I didn't see it.
I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that
Oh,
trailer had...
if there's Irminsul, that means that there's another Archon Quest.
Action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, backstory. I'm super excited about it, for real.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that, following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest interlude chapter, Inversion of Genesis. There is so much to learn in this quest, so I hope everyone checks it out.
Oh, come on, man.
This is actually really upsetting to me that they're doing this.
Come on, please. Please.
All right. How can I say no to a cute chibi Itto?
You can't.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
We ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Ooh, so we're traveling with Scaramouche on this one.
Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Oh,
Pretty rad.
Wait,
Why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
it is an Archon Quest interlude chapter.
It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
but
traveling
in this
into
interlude chapter,
Inazuma.
Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
That's really interesting.
So
Oh.
obviously Nahida must
Jinx.
have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. Nah, right. And at this point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
The
Okay, so
Wanderer.
I know I'm not
Ugh.
the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True, true.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3, so let's talk about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing. Let's have a look at the Wanderer in combat.
Ooh, here we go. Combat
There's no
preview
need to
though.
exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
The wind rises.
Oh, he's a catalyst. He's a catalyst because he's throwing beams, dude. Catalyst user. Oh, knocks them into the air. Wait, is this idol an orb?
All right, Patrick, you're up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
That's
Wait
cool.
a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's Windblade, though.
Windblade.
So, as everyone probably already noticed, the Wanderer can
Oh
hover in the
my
air when
God.
he casts his elemental skill. Upon using his elemental
He can
skill,
fly.
he will first deal AoE damage before leaping into the air and entering a hovering state. So, while hovering, the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo Fushudan and Kugu Tofukai, respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE
What the
will be
hell, dude?
increased.
He's
Their
flying.
damage will be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
Wow.
Awesome. He can fly.
We're Tower of Fantasy now.
Right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering,
It's Tower of
the Wanderer
Fantasy.
constantly consumes Kuguryoku points to maintain his hovering state, which is the
Oh,
blue meter
it
you see on
basically
the
has its
screen.
own separate
Even
stamina.
if he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
Oh,
So
okay.
this mechanic works a little differently.
Can he
than our
cast it
typical
in the
stamina meter.
mid-air though?
There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain speed. So this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height.
Oh,
Of
you can
course,
go higher.
Running out of points will end his hovering state.
Oh, okay. So travelers will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So with
Okay.
his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on which element was contacted. So, for example, increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
Wow.
Oh, look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently
So you
has.
get more
I
of
like
something
that.
depending on what
It's
he's
helpful and still looks
absorbing.
Really cool.
Yeah.
whatever
So
elemental
after
absorption
unlocking
of
another
his hit
talent,
is.
Gales
Right?
of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charge attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points.
Wow.
Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wind
dope.
arrows to
I'm
attack
sure
the
extra buff
enemy.
effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there's
Oh,
a
his
colorful
on-field time must be a
aura of
long time
light
then,
around his
right?
body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool. I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
That's
All
a.
right,
This is really
brings us to
interesting.
The Wanderer's elemental burst.
Yay!
Whoa.
So
He
check
steps
this out.
on you.
Upon unleashing his burst, he
Steps on you with his
compresses the
ball.
atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy. So travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering
wow.
state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Getting stepped
I
on.
know, and it actually suits his character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
The idle animation is cute.
About the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is an interesting one. The Wanderer can decrease the Mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Hey,
Wait, that's a
now,
new
you can't
artifact!
complain about saving Mora.
That's
Am
a
I
new
right?
artifact!
Huh?
That's true. All right, now that we've seen the Wanderer, let's move on to the next.
When
new
ascending
character.
bows and catalysts.
Are
Oh,
you
so she
ready?
has Raidens.
I'm ready.
That's a Raiden thingy.
Yay!
It's a new artifact.
What did you say?
Faruzan's so
old now,
cute.
So every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan. And I'll see if I
Faruzan.
can pick that up.
Faruzan.
Hmm.
What does that mean?
What is it
Sure,
that
someone
you'd
will
like to learn
translate
more
this.
About? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments?
Oh yeah, she's a machinist.
Wait,
I remember.
did you forget to call
Like
me
an
Madam
engineer.
Faruzan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Oh.
She sounds
Gosh.
sassy.
Yeah,
know.
and smart too.
Yeah, I remember she's like an engineer,
So
machinist person.
awesome.
She's fun.
I'm a researcher from 100 years ago.
I know, her design is so
Oh.
cool and really detailed. I love it.
You can see the
even though she
windows
looks
for her
super
thighs.
young, she's actually an old person. Like, where's my teeth?
Well, she's
Dude,
not
Ito's VA is so
that
cute.
Oh,
I don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Menti
Faruzan's
hashtag
age is
number 2
probably still
anima
nothing
bow.
compared to Scaramouche.
We don't even know yet,
But let's
but
call him
yes,
the
she's a bow character.
Wanderer.
I even called her not a bow
Okay,
character.
You know who I meant.
In my initial
Actually,
drip
now that
reveal, I was
think
like, "There's
about
no way
it,
she's a
Yoko
bow,
can
right?"
Also
But she's a
live
bow.
a really long time too.
That's right. Yeah, no. And speaking of age, isn't the traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
True.
That's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing, but it's safe to say that Faruzan is way older than most people in Teyvat.
Hmm.
Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No,
Hmm.
she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries.
Wait,
The
she's a
notes
human,
she
but
left
she's 100 years
behind
old?
Eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty amazing.
Catalyst
But
weapon, really? Yeah, it
later,
had to be
she
catalyst weapon.
accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly
Oh.
100 years. She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Can you imagine being
Oh, so she had a
trapped in
time
puzzle for
skip.
100 years? Oh, wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She
Oh.
was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered
Thigh
her
window,
backstory,
pants to wear though,
why don't we
true.
take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat.
Let's do it.
Fight, 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 fight.
All right, combat abilities.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the Academia. Dare to mess with me?
Oh yeah, she is a bow character. That must be the, that's the elemental burst, right? Seems to be jumping around and hitting random things too.
I love all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so much geometry.
Math woman.
And I took geometry.
It looks so
Second
cool.
venti.
So Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow
Parthian
attacks you'd
shot.
expect from a bow user. So there's not too
She's
much to
using
say
a
about that.
stringless,
But her
which is
skills
normal.
are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks
There's
like
two
there'll be a lot of
vortex?
potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together. I'll have to see who wants to try that with me. After unlocking the talent in Virtuous Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's animo resistance.
Okay.
For Elemental Burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration, the dazzling polyhedron
I wonder how
will
good this is.
continuously move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute
two,
she's here, the next
three,
she's polygon
4,
for 100
5.
years. Bada boom!
No.
Polygon. Oh my god.
Even
Please.
Sino's jokes are funnier than that.
Please, Itto, please.
All right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed.
Animo
Travelers
damage
should note
effect.
that the
Okay.
effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron.
Does this mean that she's
After unlocking
supposed to be a
her talent,
support
Lost
for
Wisdom of the
Itto?
7 Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be
Yep,
triggered
she
once
is.
for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the solid support.
Yeah.
Totally.
So she is
And
like
as
an
a
animo
researcher of
support
mechanics and
completely.
puzzles, Faruzan has taken it upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this. And
25%
she gained
more rewards.
when
Oh, okay.
dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in Harada
So she has the
100
Shenhe-
years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, she has the Shenhe Yelan
Pretty hard to
talent.
beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good
Here we go.
question.
Banner information,
Let's
guys.
talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Itto will be available via their own event wishes. Faruzan
Okay.
will also be making her debut.
You're
in
an
these
animo
event
support?
wishes.
True. I do like
In the
animo.
later part of version 3.3, we'll be
Sorry.
seeing rerun event wishes for both the Raiden Shogun and Kamisato Ayato.
Ayato, Kamisato, and
The
Raiden.
new 5-star
Oh my
tablet,
goodness.
Tule Tula's Remembrance will be appearing in a new weapon event wish.
Wait, that's
And
not a.
all.
That's
In
not an
version
artifact.
3.3, 2 brand new
That's a
artifact
catalyst.
series will become available. So travelers should be sure to
Just
check
kidding,
out the
guys.
corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
Wait, never mind. There are new
I hope
artifacts.
travelers will have fun experimenting
Oh
and
my
trying
god,
new
guys. There's
combinations
so much stuff.
with these. Okay, we've already talked about a ton of new content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
All right, wait, hold on. I'm gonna take a look at the new artifacts in just a second. Can we get an update on the code, please?
So next, we'll be covering the upcoming events for the new version.
That's
Ooh,
right, we've
new
already
free
mentioned the
sword.
Test of Courage event, and I'm sure plenty of you were wondering about that.
New
so
free
let's start
sword.
there.
Sword looks cool.
You must be here to participate in the test of courage. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up.
Whoa, what the?
Some strange and unusual things may occur along the way.
Oh, her
If you feel you
kimono
can't
though.
handle it, you may withdraw from
Or
the
yukata.
event at any time. This is
Look
your
at her.
last chance.
Look at her outfit.
I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the test of courage. Enter at your own
Ooh,
risk.
spooky.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right. Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction. Basically, travelers will have to control a bouncing bar to bounce a ball and use skill ball effects to break as many bricks
Dude,
as possible.
I love these kind of games. This is like a mobile game.
During the game, travelers will be able to trigger elemental reactions to break bricks more effectively.
That's cool,
Nice.
dude. I like
It even
this.
has elemental reactions.
Yeah, we can control the character to move the bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
Okay, all the pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain element, and the blocks also have their own elements. So causing a skill ball of one element to hit blocks of different elements will trigger elemental reactions.
Yo,
How'd I
do you guys like these kind of games? This is like my favorite kind of game when I was a little kid.
Corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects. When preparing,
Dude, that's so cool.
Modifiers to receive various buff effects, which will help you successfully clear the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are less than a certain amount of bricks on the board and the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah. Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like a bonus attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Oh.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards in the event shop, correct?
That's right. Also, travelers
This
will
is
have
actually
the
kind of a
option
cool
teaming
event.
up and playing the event together in co-op mode.
Oh, there's co-op
like a lot of
mode.
fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah,
I will
in
100%
addition to
co-op
this
with you guys
minigame,
this time.
The Test of Courage storyline will also contain more challenges. Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to check out
like
this new event.
Arataki, Itto, and Hato.
All right, let's
Okay.
move on to our next event.
Okay, so next up, we have a race event called Across the Wilderness. Your objective, collecting balloons.
Ooh,
I don't know, seems like the Wanderer's abilities might come in real handy here.
I know, right?
So, in
Hmm.
this event, each stage will have wilderness balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find
this is
as
in
many
Mondstadt.
wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards. So during the challenge, travelers will be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team.
So this is
depending on the
another
traits and
Kazaha.
terrain of the challenge area.
Another Kazaha event.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced jumping
Oh.
capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume Blessed Energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons or interacting with Blessed Energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the conditions and terrain of each stage to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op mode for challenges.
More co-op.
More chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, Cosmos gonna be really good.
Let's move on to our next event.
Oh no, poor
Everyone's
T. Joe
favorite
Seraph,
game of
if they're
hide
still
and
here.
seek is back with the
Wind Trace!
event. And of course,
Yo,
there's going
Wind
to
Trace
be
back!
another co-op event.
I
and
love
for
Wind
one, am
Trace.
super
Let's go.
excited for it.
Cool.
There's nothing like a good co-op.
Let's
Many
go.
of you might already be familiar
Wind
with this
Trace.
by now, but there have been a
I'm
few
down.
changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect
Yelan
to see
also?
this
Yeah.
time around.
Wind
You
Trace
can
is
probably skip some of the
back.
basics
Let's
this
go.
time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So
You haven't
why
tried
don't
Wind
you
Trace?
start
It's
with
really
some of
fun.
the
It's like hide and seek.
Right, good point. Okay,
Prop hunt.
let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into two different sides, the Rebels and the Hunter.
Yeah.
You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the Hunter is to capture all the Rebels. while the
This is
Rebels
in
run
Springvale.
Or use other means to keep themselves
These two
from
maps
getting
are the
caught
same
by the
ones.
Hunter.
These are the old
Okay,
maps.
That's straightforward enough. So, what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the Rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer mode.
Oh, you can
Ooh.
confuse
Yeah,
the
it's pretty cool.
the
Once you're in
hunter.
observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the hunter. If your beacon successfully tricks the hunter and is destroyed, then the hunter will suffer an obscured vision.
Oh,
So
that's
even
actually kind of
after you've
fun.
been captured, you can be like a little ghost trying to help your teammates by disrupting the hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Oh,
And
that's
at least you won't
cool.
have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
Exactly, but what does the hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Yeah,
Some new windward
yeah.
arts have been added for both the hunter and the rebels. The hunter
Hunter's
will now
net.
be able to use the hunter's net. This net can be thrown and will remove any rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the hunter that a rebel was detected. If a beacon is
Oh.
caught in the net, it will be destroyed, and the hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should.
Okay.
The skill Rebels used
Let's
in
co-op
previous
this one.
versions of the game to place beacons
Yeah.
can now only be used by players in observer mode. However, the Rebels will be able to use an all-new concealing
beacon.
skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players,
Oh.
including your Rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the concealing beacon is destroyed by the hunter, then the hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
so
interesting.
even if
They
you end up being
removed
captured
automatic
by the hunter at the start
invisibility.
of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And did I mention Primogems and other rewards?
Okay,
Ah,
so
the good stuff.
I don't think
Be
I
sure to
didn't
check
see
it
any
out.
new maps though.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends.
Hopefully they added
Our
a
next event
Sumeru map.
is a combat-based event.
Time for some combat!
Whoop, whoop.
In a forbidden place warded by dust and sand, mysterious
The
foes
Misty
have
Dungeon is
assembled
back
lines
too.
of
It's another rerun
fortifications
event.
to stop your coming.
Ooh.
Stop me coming.
That's right,
I mean,
a new
yep.
edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version 3.3. Stoked.
Sweet.
But
Okay,
this time
Misty
around,
Dungeon.
There will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's effects and the distribution of enemies. There will also be trial characters for you to select from as well. After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also,
At least
throughout
it's
the
new trial
additional
characters. I'm
benediction
not really a big
mechanisms
fan
and
of
challenges
these.
will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to
Because they're like
increase the
rerun
leyline
events.
disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
I know, but travelers should keep in mind that the challenge objective for each trial might be different, so be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primogems.
Some more Primogems and everything else. So I think the only difference is getting that free sword,
And
right?
last but not least, version 3.3
Leyline
will
overflow?
also have Leyline Overflow event.
That's good,
Travelers
because it's
can
been a
look forward
while.
to saving their resin and earning more Mora and experience books.
Nice, that's awesome. That'll be great for all the travelers out there still leveling up all their new characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up.
Leyline Overflow's back.
Am I right?
It's good.
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new version's limited time
Finally,
events,
Genshin
version
Invocation
3.3 will also
TCG
be
too.
adding a new permanent game mode called Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Redemption
Yay!
time. This is what I'm here for. Redemption code. True. Okay.
We've stumbled across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG.
True.
So next, we'll introduce this card game that's been taking Teyvat by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game.
Ooh.
It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
What a name.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does
Isn't
that
that
kind of
Yu-Gi-Oh?
sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
You're right. It turns out that Yai Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation
this is interesting.
TCG
Let's take a
is
look.
game where you use a constructed
You can duel
deck of
random
cards
people?
to duel against an opponent. The objective is to defeat all of your opponent's character cards.
That's right.
Also, there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay, so it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards, and as you might expect, these character cards have a normal attack, an elemental skill, and an elemental burst. So when a character card deals elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that element. Then, you can switch to a character card of a different element and use their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters from the game?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am! I like card games!
Who doesn't?
So, in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice. Each of these elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Hold on, but there's only 7 elements in the world of Teyvat.
You're right. So, in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called the Omni element. The elemental dice required for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's element. So, for example, a Pyro character like Diluc needs either Pyro or Omni elemental dice to perform an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG, travelers can earn player experience.
There's a cat NPC.
As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By completing challenges,
it's a cat.
you may earn lucky coins,
He's so
new
cute.
cards, or other rewards.
His little
coins
bow
can be exchanged in the event shop for cards, or can
Wow.
even unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic skins? Those are cards that have moving illustrations, right?
That's right. All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you pass that character's elemental
That's kind of cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So
matchmaking.
Travelers
Wow.
should note that playing against your
PvP.
friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for fun.
Casual.
Okay, that's everything we have for Genius Invocation TCG, and that brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh, no
what did
quality
you
of
think?
life?
Why does it have to be over? There's so much that this version has to offer.
Yeah, I can't even take
Wait,
it
there's
all
no
in right
quality
now.
of life
I'm just
changes?
Super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kugaryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
Oh my goodness.
Man, the new characters look cool.
The new characters
What
do look
about
cool.
Scaramouche hovering. Like, that's insane.
I know, that's awesome.
That's super dope.
That's awesome, and I cannot wait to play in some of these events and mini games. I'm super excited. This was so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back for another special program.
Pockies.
This is my third time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you for having me.
Doesn't it feel good?
That's
Doesn't
awesome.
it feel good
Honored
to feel
to be here,
special?
seriously, I'm
Do
just
you
like-
feel special?
I really do. Thank you.
Well, I think this is the end of our special program. So
It's a
I hope
smooch.
everyone enjoyed it, and we'll see you in game. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
That was
Bye,
such an awkward
everyone.
ending, but Pog, it's over. Initial reactions. Wanderer first, Arataki Itto second. This banner will feature Faruzan as the first 4-star. How I feel about Scaramouche, initial thoughts are he looks really cool. The movement kind of reminds me of Tower of Fantasy, which is a game that features, I would say, arguably better movement than Genshin Impact in terms of player agency. During his elemental skill, he's able to hold spacebar to fly up higher, shift dash towards other ends. He can fly in general, so it'll be very useful for exploration. Faruzan seems to be almost exclusively an animo damage support. She has like a passive talent which basically says that if you're doing normal charge attack damage and it becomes animo damage, then you get extra animo damage based on her basic attacks. She kind of fills the same role as Kujo Sara. It'll be really interesting to see how Faruzan shakes up the meta in terms of buffing animo carries, because it's going to be Arataki Itto's weapon, the bonking stick, versus this. A normal attack speed is increased by 10%. 1.3 seconds, you've reached a 48% attack bonus. I think that sounds pretty good, but that's normal attack damage only, right? If you enjoy Heizo or something, this would be a good catalyst. I think this is an interesting signature weapon, but it's very, very niche for Scaramouche. Second event banner is going to be Raiden as well as Ayato. Raiden Shogun, of course, is a complete house. It's going to be Engulfing versus Haran Geputsu for the weapon banner. We still also got this, which are the 2 new artifacts. This is kind of cool, though. I think this set is technically better for Xiao. When you ult with Xiao, typically people just do something like this and fit in a normal attack. However, against really big enemies, you can come in, hold this, and you can cancel the charge attack. So then you would get this buff, right? When charge attacks hit opponents, the equipping character, normal attack speed will increase by 10%, while normal charge and plunging attack will increase by 40% for 15 seconds. What set are we competing with? Vermilion Hereafter, right? So is 48% attack better than 40% attack and attack speed? Probably not, right? There's a ramp up time with this though, because all you do is on the first one down, you just do a charge attack, and right afterwards, you don't have to worry about stacking anymore. I am actually wondering, it's a question whether 150 elemental mastery over 65% bloom damage or hyper bloom virgin damage. I'm a little disappointed about the fact that we get like 2 rerun events. However, one of the rerun events is very high quality. It's a big patch too because we're getting Genius of Invocation. I'm still a little confused on the rules. I'm a little disappointed that the trailer didn't really feature any specific quality of life. Thank you guys so much for watching the 3.3 live stream with me. If you guys haven't had the chance yet, you guys should stop by my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/transcendence. I'm still looking forward to 3.3. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of a difference Scaramouche makes exploration. Don't miss out. I think he's going to be really good for exploration, almost like Kazuha. Hey Genshin friends, I'm usually live on Twitch, but if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you and see you next time.